Hey babe, so welcome back to my channel. If you want to see a look, not a look, but a video on this look right here, I just did one, posted it just right before this one. I'm only making this one because I had mentioned in the one video, the makeup tutorial, about how my house had caught on fire. So I know it's, yeah, whatever. So early April, I was at school. I go to Georgia State University. Just finished my finals, so a senior now. Class 2019, what's up? Anyway, so just I was at school, and my mother calls me around like 3-4 o'clock, like frantic, like the house caught on fire, like Grammy is at the house crying, like my little cousin's at the house crying, like my grandmother and my cousin were at the house. So I live with my grandmother, my mom, my aunt, and my 2 cousins. And so my mom called me crying, like, yeah, well, not crying, but she's frantic, saying my grandmother and my cousin were crying, saying that the house had burnt down and all this other stuff. So I'm like, what? Like, are you serious? The house burned down? Like, what? I don't even like believe nothing like that, just like right off rip. That never, like, you don't really hear about your own house burning down unless like, I don't know, I didn't really understand what was happening. I was just like, what? My house burned down? What? Okay. And she's like calling me like, okay, I'm about to come pick you up, like, get ready, I'm about to come. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then she's like, you know what, just have somebody take you home because I really need to get to the house, just make sure everybody's okay. So I'm like, dang, like, it must be serious. She can't even come pick me up from the school. Like, my school's on the way home from her job and she can't even pick me up. That's how serious it was. So I'm like, damn, like, I'm asking my friends, I was like, okay, can you take me back to the house? Like, my house is on fire. They all like, damn, yeah, we got you. So when I finally get to the house, like 30-40 minutes later, because of fucking traffic in Atlanta is ridiculous, I finally get to the house, and as soon as I like turn the corner, the house is at least intact. Like, thank God that my house was not burned to a fucking crisp, because it could have been. It really could have been. And I'll actually insert some pictures on like what it looked like after the aftermath looked like. But yeah, so I pulled up, there's 3 firefighters outside, like my grandmother's sitting in the captain's car and she's covered in like flour, like her and my cousin are still like in pajamas, like because they did not expect this. Like, it was almost dinner time. Okay, I'm wrong, I got the time wrong. It was around 6 or 7 because my grandmother was actually just finishing up dinner and that's when everything had happened. So like I get to the house and like all my family's there, family members from like other cities, like everybody's there to make sure that everything was okay. So I pulled up and I get out the car. I'm like, okay, so what happened? Like, what's going on? And my grandmother tells me about how, so basically the story is like, she was done cooking dinner, like dinner was done. She had cooked some chicken, like it was good, everything was straight. She had put them in the oven for them to stay warm while everybody was getting home, because everybody, a long day, everybody takes their time to get home. Me and my mom don't usually come home till like 10:30, not 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. My aunt comes home at like 6, 7, and then my cousins come home like 4, and then like 5, because that's when they get out of school. And then my grandmother, she's home all day because she retired. So she had finished cooking dinner. It was only me, or only her and my little cousin there. My other cousin was out the house with friends, thankfully, so she didn't have to deal with it. But so she had told me, was telling us how she had just finished cooking and she had put the chicken in the oven to keep it warm, and right when she was turning everything off, the whole thing like exploded. Like the whole stove just completely burst into flames, and she just like, it was so big, like the boom was so big that it pushed her back and she actually fell on the ground. So I'm actually just really thankful that my grandmother didn't suffer like really bad injuries, because it could have happened. And she's had medical issues before, so like that was one thing I was like really nervous about on the drive up there. Like on the way to the house I was crying, like oh my gosh, like my grandmother's probably really hurt, like I can't deal with that. So whole situation was extremely emotional. So when I get to the house and I find out like what had happened, she's talking about how yeah, so it exploded, and she's like, the first thing, like the flame just went up, and it's like the whole ceiling was just in like fire, and the cabinets caught on fire, and everything was just in flames. And she like tried to throw flour and stuff on it, trying to put out the fire herself, which she shouldn't have been trying to do that. She should have got her ass out the like my grandmother is stubborn, but that's besides the point. So after like throwing a little bit of flour, she realized that the flames it was too big. It was too much gonna happen, that she wouldn't be able to put that out herself. So she called my little cousin like to come downstairs, like screaming for her to come downstairs. My cousin comes downstairs, and they like both get out the house. Okay, they both get out the house, and it was in such a rush. Like nobody had shoes. My cousin was like, she barely had clothes on. Like she had like shorts and like a tank top, had no shoes. My grandmother had no shoes, and my grandmother walks with a cane because of her medical issues. So she didn't even have time to get the cane. Like they really just had to run out the house basically. And the only way into our house is through stairs, either the front door or the garage door. You have to take the stairs. So my grandmother, like adrenaline rushing, like I look up to her because she got her ass out that motherfucking house, okay? And she was like, fuck all that, I need to get out. I need to make sure she's safe, my little cousin, make sure she was safe. And they got out the house, and that's all that happened. So they was standing outside for maybe a good 10-15 minutes for the firefighters and stuff came, and like they was outside crying, stuff like that. That's when I found out that our neighbors are fake, like real deal fake neighbors that were like cool, that we say hi to every time we like pull up. They weren't there. So I know if they were there, they would have been able to help my cousin and my grandmother. But the other neighbors, they were rude. Like if you see somebody outside like crying, you see smoke coming from the house, and you see them outside crying, like no shoes, no nothing on, you can't help them. Like you just sit there and stare and look at them. Like that's weird to me, and that's phony, that's fake, and that's not neighborly. Like neighbors should help other neighbors. That's how I look at it anyway. Like if your house caught on fire, I would want to help you. Like I would want somebody to help me if my house caught on fire, which it did. So I don't understand, but anyway. So firefighters came pretty fast, and they rushed in to put the fire out. They had to put like really big holes into all the ceilings and the walls around the fire to make sure there was no more fire embers in there. And they did that, and they water bombed the whole thing. So the whole place is just, the kitchen is destroyed, bottom line. Like our whole kitchen is gone basically. Like the floor is destroyed because of the water. Like there's water damage and smoke damage everywhere, so we can't even live in the house because of that, because of the carcinogenic, I think that's the word, but I'm not pronouncing it right. All the carbon monoxide and bullshit that be happening from smoke is still in the house, so we can't live there for maybe, who knows, like they said up to 2-3 months. Like we don't really know how long it will take. So we are currently at my sister's spot. My grandmother is actually staying with my aunt because there's not enough room in in just my sister's apartment. So this is where we are for now until, you know, we figure out what the fuck is going on with the house. But the one thing that was really terrifying me about the whole situation is the fact that I have 2 cats. I have 2 cats named Michael Jackson and Billie Jean. And those are my babies. Like I was crying in the car because of my grandmother and because of my cats. Like I'm like, damn, like, well, they're my aunt's cats, but you know, when she moved in with us, they're my cats too. Those are my babies. So I was like, damn, like the cats, man. Like I was so nervous. I was like, no, the cat's gonna be dead when I walk in. I can't. Like that's another, we was freaking out because we had to, after they said it was safe for us to come in and like get some stuff to leave with, like we was just taking a few clothes to have with us when we come over here. So they were saying, yeah, y'all need to go ahead and find the cats. Try your best to find the cats because we couldn't find them. I mean, they weren't looking, but you know, go ahead and go find the cats. So it took us maybe 15 to 20 minutes just to find Billy. She's the girl, a little skinnier. She was hiding in behind my aunt's nightstand, like back in the corner. Like her little skinny ass was really back there hiding. Like she was not playing with none of us. So when we found her, like we was all happy. But then we couldn't find like Michael, and Michael's the big fluffy meanie. Like he was like, if we couldn't find him, we was like, dang, like we really can't find this man. And Billy should have been the harder one to find because she's smaller. So we like, damn, we looking for Michael for like 20-30 minutes after we've already found Billy. And I'm like, yo, we really can't find him. So I go downstairs and like I'm looking under the couches and stuff, and I finally see like this little black ball. And I don't see nothing but like the black ball, and I'm like, is that him? Like, I'm not too sure if that's him. So I look a little closer and I see in his eyes, and I was like, okay, babe, I found him. But like the fact that he was downstairs and that's where the fire and stuff was has us a little worried. We don't know exactly what's going on with the cats because their fur, you know, obviously feels sticky and gross because of the smoke. And you know, they're cats, so they lick themselves, so we're kind of nervous about how that goes. And you know, what can we do at this point? So in the end, you know, everybody was safe. Everybody made it out alive. Nobody was seriously injured, which was really lucky for us. Like it could have been 1,000 times worse, but God was like, no, you know, I'm gonna just let the kitchen be a little destroyed, maybe a little smoke damage here, a little water damage there, but we gonna make sure everybody's straight. So I wanted to thank God for that. Shout out to God because He always got you in your time of need. So yeah. That's the update. So next few videos I make may still be in this exact same spot. I might change it up a little bit. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the lighting. Y'all know my lighting sucks. Been trying to figure out the lighting. We'll figure that out eventually. But you know, as for now, go check out this video because I really did like this look. This look is like a fave of mine. I got a little yellow and green and purple going on the bottom lash line, okay? So you guys make sure y'all go look at that. Go like, comment, subscribe, do all that good jazz that you know you hear from every YouTuber. Like, I ain't gotta tell y'all what to do. Like, y'all wouldn't be here if y'all didn't know what to do. So do that. I fuck with y'all. I love y'all. Thank you. Bye. So it would be just my luck that I lost all of the footage for this makeup look. So I'm going to have to re-record and post it later. So it will not be up when this video is up, but it will be up the day after. So I'm devastated, y'all, because it's so nice. And I'm going to be sad if it does not come out the exact same way tomorrow. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please share with your friends. Let me know what else you guys would like to see. And this video would be up tomorrow morning. And I would make sure of it because I'm sad. And now my headscarf is falling apart. My whole life is in shambles right now, y'all. And that's really what's going on. But thank you guys.